Hi and welcome to Car and Mechanical, and today in part 5 of Project Oynx, the budget roller paint job, I'm going to take you through painting your trim bits. So I've got 5 bits of trim here. These are the lower door trims, and it's a piece of the boot or the rear hatch trim for where the boot button gets pressed. Now this process is nearly pretty much the same as the rest of the painting we've been doing on the car. So what we need to do is we need to scuff everything up. But these plastic bits, I don't think the Rust-Oleum is going to paint onto it too well because it's made for metal and for wood to go plain onto. You're always best to use a primer. So we're going to scuff everything up with the piece of boot trim. I'm going to paint that as it is, but with these bits of plastic, I'm going to scuff them up with 240 and then a 320 grit sandpaper. I'm going to prime them and then we're going to paint them. So just get everything nice and scuffed up. And then after that, you're going to want to clean it off and you're going to use some panel wipe. So I'm going to jump across to using the panel wipe. So I'm just going to give you an overview of how all the parts will look once they are sanded. You can see with this rear boot trim bit, I mean it's part of the main reason for painting the car, but you can see it's quite messed up and scuffed up with previous bits of paint that have chipped off. And all of the trim bits, actually you can see that massive bend in one of those. That's where years ago I took it off the car wrong and broke it. But everything's now scuffed up, so let's jump across to get the panel wipe, and you're just going to go over everything and just keep going over it until all of the dust comes off, because if you paint onto any of the dust, it means you've got no adhesion to the parts and nothing's going to stick. So with some shoddy self-camera work whilst I'm doing everything, you can just see how the panel wipe lifts off. It literally evaporates straight away, and you're going to go across to using your primer. Now when you're using rattle cans like this, make sure they're well shaken up, but make sure that they're up to temperature. This was done in the summer, so it's about 20 degrees here in the UK, but the cans need to be at a temperature of about 15 to 20 degrees, so you can heat them up in mortar. When you are spraying the plastic, nice even coats, 2 to 3 coats before you go to painting on the black Rust-Oleum or whatever colour you're going to do. So once we've got the 2 to 3 coats on, I can go and put the Rust-Oleum on. And I just mentioned that bend on the trim piece there. That actually came from me yanking it off with the screw still in the door. And these plastic bits are lined with metal, so just take care of any of your trim bits as you take them off. It doesn't matter if you take an extra 10 to 15 minutes to get something off. Now I'm using the roller to put the paint on as with the other videos. Same rules apply. The only slight difference here is these trim bits are awkward to hold and to use. So I'm breaking some rules and touching them, but as I get later on, I kind of go over the bits with the roller. So if I have to touch something to lift it up, I'll go back up over that bit when I've put it back down. The normal rules, I'm putting on 2 to 3 coats with the paint here. Other thing as well, I had to end up redoing some of this because of it rained, and basically I got splash marks in the paint, so I had to scuff it back again and just go over some of the coats I did. So we'll jump ahead to when it's all finished, because you've seen me do this in other videos. And just to note on that piece there, I masked off anything that might have got paint on, like the number plate lights, but this is still wet here. You'll see them in a future video when they do get bolted onto the car, but we've got nice coverage. We've got them as the same colour as the rest of the car. And that's your trim bits done. Just follow the same kind of rules when you're doing your own car. So we're nearly there now. I've only got a couple more parts to come out over the next couple of weeks until I have to take a break for winter, and I'll come back to wet sanding in the spring. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Please share the video out, and I'll catch you in the next video.